first week of January 2022. Belated Happy New Year to all of you. I hope you had a wonderful celebration on that day. For me here in Ireland, it was so quiet and busy. It was quite New Year's Eve because I couldn't hear any noise here. There's no fireworks, very quiet, and I sleep early on that night because I have to work the next day. So it was so busy the next the New Year's Day. Yeah, maybe because there's a new restriction again here. The COVID-19 is, the number of cases is a bit higher. So yes, we still have to be careful, but yeah, thank God we're still able to work, and we have to work to keep us going. Hope it wasn't only me busy. I think most of the mom is all busy at this time after Christmas, after New Year, and now it's time to tidying the house, putting down the Christmas tree. All the decoration must be put it back in the box, and you know, it's very stressful. And even myself here, I still have the small decoration that I didn't really finish yet. So yeah, we have to take our time. They're still there. But we couldn't really leave it longer because it's like kind of a bit boring. So I hope the rest of the member of the house as well, wherever you are, will help as well to your mom, because it's always, the mom is always busy. Yeah, the chores of the house is non-stop. Plus, if you have kids, if you have children, I don't know how you manage the whole shebang in the house. So I'm gonna give you a stress reliever. So stress reliever for all the moms and for all those who's busy there. So stay tuned, and I'm gonna show you something to relieve your stress. Okay, don't change the channel. Here they are. So this is my stress reliever flower. Benefits for our to relieve the stress, to give us relax. So it's about taking down your Christmas tree, all your Christmas props. You need to replace it with flower. You can display your flower in your sitting room, or in your kitchen, or in your bedroom to make you happy. So because flower can make you smile. So there is a kind of study that the color of the flower can release a hormone, a serotonin hormone in your body, and that's why when you see flower, your brain will react, and a hormone that make you happy. So yes, it boosts for your energy. It will elevate your mood. It can bring a good vibes in your house, can brighten your house. But however, when the flowers will wilt and die, what could we do? It will be end up in the compost. So today I'm gonna share to you how you're gonna keep your fresh flower longer for more than a week in this flower vase. Stay tuned, and I'm gonna show you everything step by step. So now I'm gonna show you how you're gonna prepare your flower in the vase. When you have your flower, whether you harvest it in your garden or you bought in the shop, the first thing you're gonna do is you have to condition your flower. Condition meaning you have to leave your flower in a vase or in a container with water, fresh water, for probably 2 to 12 hours. Or if you're in a hurry, just 2 hours. Or if you have no time, you can't really rinse it straight away, you can leave it up to 12 hours. Don't leave your flower like this in the vase like that. You have to take out this plastic and make a little bit of arrangement and do something so that your flower will be last longer than you expect for your flower. Because even me before, if I receive some flower, I just leave it in the vase like that. When I receive it, just put water, and maybe I will take out if I know that there is a flower food, I just take this flower food and press it into the water and leave it that way, and that's it. Come back when it's already died and throw it to the bin. But a little bit of process when you want your flower to keep longer in the vase. So anyway, even if you won't take that off the plastic yet, if you have no time, just to take the stem, open the new stem in your flower. You have to drink the fresh water. So to condition the flower is to steep this flower and leave this flower into the water for even 2 hours before you make an arrangement. To allow the water to get into the flower so that the flower can drink, you have to cut a little bit, even 1 or 2 centimeters from the end of the stem, because it's a bit dark, the old one, so you have to cut so that there's a new kind of space there that the water can go in easily. So, and then you have to take the rubber band, and you have to leave your flower like that, just to let the flower to breathe, to hydrate first before you do your arrangement. Leave it there. If you receive some flowers in the evening, you can leave it for overnight. If you are busy, if you have no time to arrange it, you can leave it overnight. Or if you are in a hurry, even just for 2 hours, you can leave the flower in the water. That's the first step you're gonna do. After that, assuming that it's already 2 hours here, or more than 2 hours in the water, you are ready to arrange your flower now. So prepare your vase. So while we're soaking that flower or leaving that in the water, we have to prepare your vase. Your vase must be clean. You have to clean it properly, and then put a fresh clean water on the vase. Fresh clean water that even yourself can drink that freshness of that water, because any bacteria will start in the water that will affect your flower as well. So you have to remember that one. So then after that, don't forget your flower food. This every pack of flower that you can get in the shop, there is a flower food. You have to don't throw that away. You have to find that out. There's always a stick of flower food in your bunch of your flower. Then there is an instruction on it that every packaging on it. This one is 1 liter of water. So your water must be it must be whatever the height of your vase as well. It must be halfway of your vase, the water, so that there is enough water that the flower can drink and not be hydrated. Then apply your food, the flower food. Don't forget that one. You have to apply the flower food of your vase. So you have to store that one properly. So that's your vase and your water ready. Then if you have no flower food in your garden, so you have no flower food, you can make your own flower food in your homemade flower food. So yes, this flower food is, you can just bring this down. You can have it in your kitchen. You can have sugar, bleach, and lemon or lime. Ratio of sugar is 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 or 2 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of bleach, and 1 tablespoon of lemon or lime. So you have to dissolve your sugar in a warm or hot water so that it will properly dissolve. To dissolve the sugar first, and then after you dissolve the sugar, I have this water here. Just just mix your sugar then into the water, plus your bleach, 1 teaspoon of bleach. I'm using a bleach here. Yeah, it's a clorox as well. In the Philippines, it's a clorox. You might have, yeah, I might forget that one. I can't find it because I didn't know that before, bleach or clorox. Yeah, and then yeah, you have to have 1 tablespoon of lime or lemon. Mixture or yeah, for your food, flour food. The sugar will help to give a nutrient to the flour. So a human being needs sugar, the flour as well needs sugar to give them energy. Yeah, and then the bleach can kill the bacteria or can eliminate the bacteria. Lime or the lemon can level the pH of the water. So it's really good to have the acidity on the water so that your flour as well won't stop getting the water and hydrate the bloom, so that your flower will stay fresh and beautiful looking. So that's your homemade flower food that you can get it easily in your kitchen, so you don't need to be worried if you have no kind of liquid or flour food in your house. Now we have to go to the preparation of arrangement of your flower. Now, before you arrange your flower into your vase, I'm using this vase for this arrangement. You have to cut all the leaves that below the water line. So if you see other thing is you have to use your clean scissor or whatever knife or cutter to cut all the leaves of your flower. Clean one, must be sterilized. Yeah, so that to avoid the bacteria will start getting on your flower. So again, take out all the leaves below the water line. So if your water, if you think you're gonna arrange the flower and the water will come up this way, all the leaves will be taken off and cleaned off, so that there's 2 leaves will be submerged to the water to avoid the bacteria. It will create the bacteria, and the bacteria will the water will be cloudy, and then yeah, it will affect the bloom of your flower. So then you have to cut again the new cut of your flower, angle diagonal position, so that there is enough space to soak up the water there in the stem. Because if you cut this stem like it's only across that way, it might be happen that this stem will go straight to the vase, and it will stop the flow of the waters there. So it's better to cut it diagonally, so that the water there is enough space that the water will go in straight to the bloom of your flower. Probably some of the leaves as well. So yeah, you're gonna cut, clean it off, and keep going. To keep going, you have to check the flower as well. If you buy the flower, if you're the one who buy the flower, check the flower is still kind of fresh looking and new new stock from the shop. The new one is not like kind of tired looking, but well, if you only receive the flower, what could you do? So you have to arrange like this way so that you can prolong the life of the flower. So you have to do this step. So now have to cut we are in the cutting of the stem and do our arrangement, because we don't need the leaves to submerge into the water to avoid as what I said, to avoid the bacteria will grow on it. Another tips as well, if you whenever you decide to arrange your flower, you have to think. I'm gonna talk to you after this. So I'm gonna use that vase, because this vase is kind of big and a bit longer. So another tips as well is your flower must be one and the height of your vase as well. Like, you know, so you on how you're gonna arrange your flower. Like, you know, if your flower is not too long, put it in a long vase as well, because if it is kind of a bit, if your flower is kind of a bit shorter when you had it as well. Just like this one, I got this one in a very short flower, so and then I have to cut the rest of it because it's only kind of 6 inches, so I have to use the glass to accommodate the flower just like that, because it's not nice as well, and it's very leggy and it's very, very small. So I have to use the glass so that it won't look like be nicer as well if you have a small flower. So that's your flower now. So this one now is ready and clean. You have to display this one in a cool, shaded, not very bright place, and cool temperature. Avoid the direct sunlight, or in the window that it's very bright. It can be, if there is a kind of sunny spot, don't leave this flower into that place, because it kind of get easily wilted, the flower, and dry off. And even in the heating, the radiator, don't put this flower near the radiator, near the ceiling fan, the ventilation, near the fireplace, and or near the door, that the door kind of open and close. Don't put it there, because the water can evaporate easily, and it will affect the growth of the freshness look of your flower. The flower will get easily fade the color. So keep away on that place. And the more you put this in the cold temperature, keep the blooming for last a bit longer. Last longer than you expect the bloom of your flower. So step is you have to check this one after 2 to 3 days. You have to check the flower, or even 4 days if you kind of a bit busy. So don't forget don't forget this flower. You have to check the flower. You have to change the water on this flower before it becomes cloudy, not more than 4 days. And the beauty, the color, the bloom of your flower, you can keep it alive. Check the water, change the water. You have to take the whole flower and clean the vase. You need a clean vase, and you need to replace the clean water and plus your flower food. If you have no more food from this liquid food, you can make the one is homemade. You can make the bleach, the sugar, you can mix it, and the lemon. So that's your flower food. But you make it sure you have to clean this one. And another thing, you have to make another cut, a new cut again, whether you have to check the end of the stem again, because they might have discoloration. You have to cut that one, but you need to have a fresh cut, the whole bunch of your flower. You need to have a fresh cut, so that it will, as what I said, it will give, it will allow the water can suck up easily to the bloom, feed the bloom. You can check, just take out all the flower that's already dying, clean up, even the leaves, take out all the leaves, and make a new cut in every stem of your flower. So by then, probably your flower is a bit shorter. Like probably if this is your cut now, and if you cut it again, you have to have another cut. Probably your flower is kind of a bit shorter, so you need a shorter vase. On the next time you're gonna change your water in your vase, so you need to have a shorter vase, because you need to accommodate the height of your flower with the height of your vase. So yeah, and then after that you repeat it again, the flower. And the next step is, if you cannot revive it anymore, you have to throw your flower. So yes, and that time it will be last after a week, because I could tell you this one. This flower, I had this one before New Year, and in fact this red rose, I had this one 26 or 27 after Christmas, and now it's still last on me, but there's no leaves now. The rose it will last for longer, for I think for 2 weeks, if you keep doing that one. If you keep changing the water and feed them, your flower, it will last. As well as the chrysanthemum, it will last for 2 weeks, and the baby breaks. So yeah, this one is after Christmas, and the rest of it is yeah, it comes to me day after day. So yeah, that's why I changed it now into a short vase. In your flower, you check you're cutting your flower, so it becomes shorter and shorter. So still you can display this one into your table. And this one, I got this one. This flower, I got this one at New Year's Day. So look at that, it's still blooming on me. The secret of how you can prolong the life of your flower in a vase. Just keep changing the water, and don't forget the food, and don't forget to not to be put it in the direct sun, or even in your window. And another thing, tips is, if you have this lily, like in the close of the buds like that, but when it's open like this, you have to take the pollen, this one in the middle, so that your flower will last for a while. The petals will last for a while, because the pollen will give the flower stress. It will stress the flower, and this is not good as well, because it will give the stain of the rest of the flower. If it is kind of the powdery thing, when this mature, the pollen, it will the powdery thing is, it will stain the whole flower, and it will stain on your clothes as well, if you kind of this one will mature. But before it will mature, you have to keep an eye on your flower, so that the petals will stay kind of a bit longer blooming as well. So yes, guys, enjoy your flower, and thank you for watching, and thank you for your subscribe this channel. And if you didn't subscribe yet, please subscribe, hit the notification button, so that you can be notified my next video. Thank you, and please write your comments, share your idea as well on how you prolong your flowers as well in the vase, because I love to know that as well, and we can share our idea. So yes, thank you for watching, and God bless everyone. Bye.